Steinhatchee, Florida is an area just north of where Danny Allen guides regularly in Cedar Key. Now, we always seem to pick the worst weather this season. It's been amazingly tough. When I asked him, what should I be bringing along on this trip? He goes, definitely bring spoons, spinner baits, chatter baits, underspins, something flashy, something that throws some thump in the water, because it's gonna be tough, because we're supposed to have winds that are gonna be anywhere from 15 knots to 20 knots. And in a small skiff, that makes it quite the challenge. Well, Danny, we are in one of our favorite places here in the Big Bend. And the only thing that makes it a little unfriendly today is we've got some breezy weather. We have a front, and it's gonna make it a little bit more challenging, but I brought it all today. I brought spoons. I did the whole shake, rattle, and roll.
There you go.
Chatter baits, spinner baits, big baits, everything I could to draw attention to baits. That's what I brought today.
Good deal.
I think we're gonna be in a situation where no matter what, no matter how windy it gets or how tough it gets, I think we're still gonna have some success.
I think so. I think if we play our cards right, we can trick a couple into playing with us.
I've been wanting to fish with you for a long time. I mean, I can't believe I've been up here this long and we've never had the opportunity to really be in the same boat together, but here we are.
Yeah, life's busy. It's hard to get it all done, you know what I mean? But we're here, you're right, we're here finally.
Well, after seeing you in Louisiana at the lodge last summer, I was like, we're definitely gonna make that happen this spring, especially when fishing is generally pretty good up here.
Yeah.
I mean, the redfish bite is always on here, but you know, if we can find some trout, you never know. I mean, I've caught snook this far north before.
Yeah, they definitely wander around a little bit up this way these days.
But we'll pick it up here as soon as we hit the no wake zone end, and let's go after it.
I'm with you.
When you think of prolific guides that are right there in that Nature Coast to Big Bend area, one of the first ones on the list is Captain Danny Allen. His family has made a living on the water for generations, and now his sons are professional guides as well in his business. Danny's just one of those personalities that's easy to get along with, and his skill level is high. He can make adaptive decisions on the fly that are gonna put you on fish.
What the world was that?
Good hit.
Yeah.
It's a redfish.
Yeah,
Came back
there
twice.
must be a group of them. I told you the mullet were acting funny over there a second ago. They're just doing something different. There might be a small group on that hump right there, that dirt hump. Oh, big shark.
Ooh,
or a little shark.
He was trying to get that thing. That's a solid fish.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
I don't think that was him that hit it first. I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was bigger, you know.
Of course, that's the way it always works out, Danny.
Yeah.
It's a pretty healthy specimen now.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
I'm gonna slow us down just one more notch here. I think I may have just seen his tail come out of the water.
Quick. Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down. All right.
May have just seen a tail come up. I think what really makes these baits so effective is how much splash and vibration, and it can call a fish from such a big distance, because I mean, when you look out here, all this stuff looks the same.
Yeah, it does.
But if you've got spoons, spinner baits, underspins, chatterbaits. You can call these fish when they're spread out like this on this high water with this front pushing all this water in here and still have some success.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's exactly what just took place right there. And we seen the mullet, we seen the action, we noticed they were acting funny and being different.
Yeah, we know they're here.
Yep.
We know they're here, we just gotta find them. And you may as well use a tool that can call them.
I agree. Okay, so this time of the year, most of the fish are grouped up and pulling up to the structure, and there's usually large numbers of them. So usually the power fishing techniques of any form, whether it's spoons or spinner baits or top waters, big jigs, big swim baits, anything of those natures usually work this time of the year.
When you have a tournament mentality or style to your game, you're fishing fast. You're covering water. And I gotta admit, it's effective. It catches a lot of fish. Catches an unbelievable number of fish. If you can keep that pace up all day, you will hang some pretty good numbers.
Man, if I got something that I don't know what it is, if it is, it's a flounder.
Ooh, a nice one, dude. That is a beautiful flounder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you out with that one.
Help me out with that one.
Hold on. You're like, I don't know what I got, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I knew it was moving and it wasn't doing much, wasn't saying much. Tasty little dude there.
Wow. That might be the first time I've ever seen one caught on a spoon.
Yeah,
man.
That's not normal for sure.
Typically, when you catch flounder, you're catching them in these little sandy chutes or these little passes or cuts. And we're out on this hard rock bottom. I mean, it didn't even look like there was any sand around.
There you go, blending right in. See ya.
Flatty.
Yeah, so the original game plan was fishing in Cedar Key. With the weather pattern that we had and the frontal conditions and all the wind, it made it a little difficult with the water down there stirring up on us. So we decided to pull and come north and find some cleaner water, some cleaner pockets of water. And we focused on creek mouths in those clean areas. And that was really the key to our success. Is that a trout?
Might be a trout.
He shook it like one. Oh, now he's racing.
He's running hard now.
Oh, it's a nice red.
It's a red. He was just charging.
Ooh, he's feisty.
Might have to go down to a smaller bait.
He's feisty.
Running that drag pretty hard.
Tell you what.
Sometimes it's as simple as using a
Whoa,
spoon.
now, hold on.
Throw the motors off,
Yep,
so
we're
you're good.
Yep. He knows it's there, I can tell you that. He knows it's there.
They always know it's there.
Uh-huh. I think I about got him under control now where he ain't quite as sassy. I think he's about ready for me to handle him.
Maybe I'll put the power pole down for this one. Keep us in the zone here.
That'll work, yes sir. There's a little something going on up there in front of us. I don't think we got to the good stuff quite yet. But...
All right, power pole's got us down.
I love that noise.
Ah!
He popped his head against the side of the hole. That was the end of that.
Well, you got the best part of it, I can promise you that.
Yeah.
That's the way it works with those things sometimes.
I heard him barely touch that side rail, and there it was when it came out.
I think the reason why spoons in particular work so well in that big bend zone is because the bottom is so hard with limestone and oyster. And not only does the spoon negotiate that type of bottom pretty well without getting hung up, which is the biggest problem for clients, is being able to roll that spoon and make it make contact with the bottom where it makes a noise. It's making that contact with the bottom on a pretty consistent basis that gets a redfish to focus in and look. He hears a sound, he turns toward it, he sees the flash, he swims at it, and then it appears to be going away from him, and he runs it down and gets it. Fell one?
Yep.
Yep. They're there. I may just be
We
throwing
need to put that pole down, I think.
too big a power pole down.
Yeah, I think
Voice
so.
activation. They may just
This is a different deal right here.
better fish.
And I don't think he's by himself neither. Woo! Freight training, son.
That's the one you want. Those others were warm-ups. Let me get out of the way.
Yeah, he means business.
Not that I don't trust you, but I'm gonna grab this one.
I'm good with you grabbing this one. This one right here ain't gonna be as easy for me to ease down there and grab by myself. I got news for you. That's a good one there.
Ooh, things are getting chillier. This jacket's gonna have to go back on. That was a good one.
That was a good one, sir.
Danny was throwing that spoon, and Danny was catching them. I mean, no doubt in my mind, he was just catching them one after another. And a lot of that has to do with fish tune in, and I've said this a million times on Flats Class YouTube, and I've said it in live fishing schools. It's lure speed and lure size first, color is last. Of course, do I listen to my own advice? Hell no, I didn't listen to my own advice. I wanted to catch big fish. So I kept throwing bigger baits. I had the lure speed down, but I kept throwing bigger baits because I knew there was a king size fish in there somewhere. A snook, a bull red, something. All right, Danny. I'm gonna get on even footing with you. I found one more green spoon in there. I didn't think I had one, but I did. I eventually said, you know, why fight it? Dug in that Busby bag, pulled out a spoon, and immediately hooked up.
Feels pretty decent. Feels pretty decent. He's coming at me. He's a racer. He's a sport model. I'm pretty sure the big one got off and this one dude jumped on. Pretty sure.
In many cases, especially when you're fishing the Big Bend zone, you've got a wide variety of sizes of fish. And that's because that fishery is uber healthy. I mean, it really is. And when you're focusing, or your only focus point on this day was following mullet schools and seeing where they were positioned on the flat, a lot of those 18 to 23 and a half, 24-inch fish kind of mix in with those guys. So often when you're fishing those mullet schools, you're catching numbers, I mean good numbers, of those year-and-a-half-old fish, those 18-month-old fish. I'm not complaining. It bends a rod and it's exciting how many you're catching. But eventually, you do want to catch a couple of big ones. There's so many fish in the same year class, those 18 to 22-inch fish. And those are all 18-month-old fish, you know, 20-month-old fish. Can you imagine what this little bend in the bank's gonna be in the Big Bend here in another year? If we were here next spring, all these fish are gonna be 24, 25, 26 inches long.
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's good for the fishery for sure to see the smaller ones, and and always be able to find smaller ones along with the big ones. It definitely speaks volumes for the future of what to expect.
Yeah, you go to a lot of places and there's only one size fish, but here you can catch them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Catch the young ones and the fish that are just there at the edge before they move offshore. Yeah. You know, those 4 or 5-year-old fish. I only had one day to fish with Danny, so we were gonna make it work. And if you were a weekend angler, you would never think to fish the windy edges. The edges where the water's just piling up into these hooks and bends, these corners, if you will, of the shoreline. Well, when we would get into those zones, he goes, this is a spot right here where you're gonna see some bright green grass, there's a bunch of oyster here, and the right sized mullet is working. He called it loafing. They're loafing around in there. He goes, we throw up in here, we're gonna catch something. And that is when, even when we were taking it on the bow, on the transom with water, that is when we caught some of our best fish.
Hey, oh, there he is, there he is.
That one's running hard enough. Might be a good one.
Looks like he's good. Oh, it's pretty,
Oh,
pretty.
Yeah. I just went from the gold spoon to the gold jig, basically, just because this water's so tannic. Woo. A good one.
I think they're feeling this cold air water a little too, just like we're feeling the cold air.
Conditions have been tough so far. It's supposed to lighten up where we might be able to get out of jackets, but I don't know.
I tell you.
But that was a solid catch there. And it seems like they want something that is in that gold or green gold color, you know?
Right, yep.
All they're looking for.
He's pretty, healthy, nice and healthy.
And a big one. That's good 26, 27 inch fish right there.
Yep. I tell you what, they've been hard on us today, but that fish right there was easy on us.
This incoming tide might be the deal.
Yes, sir.
This might be the deal. All right, guys, let's keep it simple here. The rod actions and links we were using were medium action 7-foot links. These are the Terramar PXs. It's a really nice action for targeting both redfish and speckled trout, something I'm quite familiar with in the springtime. Both reels, both the Vanford and the Stratic 3000, I've got them loaded with Power Pro Super Slick V2 in the 8-pound weight. We're using 25-pound gold Seaguar leader. And then the lures at the business end were naturally the spoons, the Aqua Dream spoons. Captain Mike's had these forever and they do such a solid job, both in the chartreuse and the traditional gold. And then something I like to use, especially when the water's getting a little shallower, I like to swim a jig. The Golden Boy has a similar profile and length to a gold spoon. So I like using these two in tandem oftentimes, where if one of us is throwing one bait, I'll throw the other, and we'll see which one ends up getting the fish's attention. So by using simple gear like this, especially when you have no idea where fish are and you're trying to combat the elements of weather, it's an easy way to find fish and catch them, as you saw.
There we go. Got him. Nice. Wind blowed him in there.
Oh, all the way on the bank.
Coming at you.
He is.
Hey, you're racing.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, I know, right? Can't really tell how big he is. He won't quit racing you.
Oh, he's good.
That's what I thought.
He's good.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem was there. He didn't want to fight till now. Cool.
Man. I had that cast out there about 180 feet.
Woo, he's full of it now.
Yeah, well, he's pretty green. He was coming in at
tell
about
you.
100, about Mach 1.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he was hooked right in the chin. Right in the roof of the mouth, I mean.
Yeah.
What a nice, healthy fish. Thank God for a power pole.
Man, I tell you what, I don't know what we do without them things there.
In spite of all the weather challenges that we had, being on the bow with Danny and getting a greater understanding of the Big Bend zone and what attracts the fish to certain zones. And it was definitely rocks. Redfish and rocks. That is what I took away from that trip. If you're not fishing rocks, you're not catching redfish.